Hello, everyone. This is a podcast. It's called Ventthis. There are three hosts. I'm Chuck, and along with me is Chris and Paul. That's right, you've got them to contend with too. And we'll listen to your vents and we'll tell you what we think. Don't expect too much in the next 20 to 30 minutes, but we're going to have some fun. We'll hear your gripes and tell you what's right, or what we think is right anyway. Now, our letter reader, Loretta, she's still not here. She's still serving her prison sentence, but we understand she's going to be back the next episode or the episode after that. I don't know. I'll believe it when I see it. Now, that means Chris will again read today's vents. And these vents are written in on our website by people like you, our listeners, and then we read them. So how's it going, guys? Chris, Paul, what's happening?
Well,
I'm sorry. Was it a complicated question?
I thought maybe Paul was going to say something. I thought I interrupted you.
As a gentleman, I will ask you to go first or invite you, however that's put.
I'll tell you what happened to me real quick. My husband and I were playing golf, and which we love to do. So we were on the golf course. It's 3:00 on a Thursday afternoon, which we thought nobody would be there at that time. And this guy in front of us is playing alone. We said, he goes, I'm really quick. Okay, because we tried to get ahead of him, but he said, I'm quick.
Do people play golf alone?
Yeah.
What the hell's the point?
Coors Light's just as tasty. Just as tasty when you're alone.
All right.
So the guy tees up. He doesn't tee one ball. He tees 6 balls.
What?
And then he turns to us and he says, sorry, I'm just warming up. It won't happen again. Meanwhile, we're like six balls everywhere. All right. He gets on the green and, we're waiting for him to finish. He putts 6 times.
He putts?
Nah.
6 times?
Nah.
By himself. He takes another ball down, puts it on the grass, on the green, putts, misses, takes another ball. And literally, I said to my husband, this was supposed to be a fun day. And I'm getting irritated by the minute. Yeah. And then he picks up all his balls and he waves to us. He goes, thank you.
He didn't realize how rude he was being. And he's a putz. This is how the term putz came up.
Yeah.
Putts for putts.
Yeah. There you
Putts
go.
for putts. It's a new charity.
That's it.
We're raising money for dumbasses. Putts for
That's
putts.
it.
And I think there's plenty of them.
Was that just for the one hole, Chrissy? Tell me, please, that did not continue for the entire round.
Well, good question. It did continue, but because he said he needed to warm up, the amount of balls he used lessened. So when he got to
what? To what number?
I know. He eventually got to 1 ball that he teed off with, and he only used that ball when he was on the green.
So like the next hole he did 5 and then 4 and then 3 and oh my God.
Are you you are a better person than me? That guy would not be found to this day.
Yeah.
He would have been in the drink. That guy in a tree? Absolutely not. Absolutely.
That's right. Bury him in a sand trap somewhere.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He would have been found by someone who has a terrible wedge. Absolutely. Goodbye.
And give him a wedge before you bury him.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not? On the way out.
There you go. Wow, that's pretty rude.
Yeah, that's my vent.
And I'm sure there's some kind of rules against
vent.
doing something like that.
I know.
Oh,
They should never let people golf alone. I'm sorry. They should pair them up with other people.
Yeah.
And
or not do that. I mean, if you want to play alone, that's fine. But to put 6 ball like there's 6 people playing golf.
Right.
It's essentially 6 people playing golf, and they don't allow more than a foursome. So come on, this one guy is worse than 4.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah,
anyway.
No way.
Wow, that's weird.
Yeah.
Paul, what do you got? You got anything? Any rude people or anything going on? Exciting?
Rude. You know what? I'll say actually, I'm going to go an inverse vent. Yesterday, all right, when I was in New Hampshire, some friends gave me a really cool baby carrier, like a backpack that your baby can go on, and I was so excited. It's such a nice thing. It's the Poco by Osprey. Not that we're getting any, residuals on that, but nonetheless, so I was so excited. And I said, how am I going to get it home? And I checked the measurements and it was really weird. It didn't fit the carry-on, but it really wasn't much bigger than a backpack. And I'm like, oh, what am I going to do? I realized I was going to have to buy a suitcase to fit it in. And because I was gonna have to check it on the airplane and I didn't want it to get destroyed. So I needed to buy a suitcase that was almost $100. And then I got to check it is another 40. And then I check UPS, I check FedEx. They're all $150 each. I'm like, man, this thing only costs 300 new, and my friends are doing me this solid, but it's cost me $150 to accept this gift. I put it in a cardboard box and I showed up to the airport and I said, hey, can I just check this thing in a cardboard box? Because everything comes in a box. And the guy said, you know what? He goes, here's what you do. Take it out of the box and fold up the box, get through security with the box folded. And this thing, you're just carrying it. And then when you get to the gate, then they're going to tell you if it doesn't fit, you can gate check it and that will be free. And I said, wow, what a helpful gate guy at the airport. And I got through gate guy. So I got through and sure enough, they actually didn't even care. They didn't care at all. They let me bring the folded box. The box was massive. The ticket agent, when you get on the jetway, I was like, hey, I only brought this box and he didn't even let me finish. He goes, who cares? Just bring it. Who cares? Just bring it. Wow. So I said, this is awesome. I saved basically $150. There was every reason that could have not worked, and it did. So I got to say,
tricks for traveling.
This is great because the airlines are getting such crap these days that this is a good airline story. Excellent.
That's a good point. I wonder if that's affecting their leniency where they're like, our planes don't always land right. Wings fall off, windows open up. We should be super nice now so that we can all have jobs tomorrow.
It's a little scary getting on planes anymore. They're falling apart and people are making mistakes and all that. So I don't know. Well,
our pets' heads are falling off.
So you got a gift. I'm excited because I purchased something the other day that I hope I'm never really going to have to use. But I thought it was worth the investment. It's a donut scented air freshener, and I figure it should pay for itself if I ever get pulled over by the police. Huh?
Yo, what if it attracts them?
Oh, geez, I didn't think about that part.
Keep those windows up, homeboy, until they pull up. Then you let it down like clam baking donuts in there. Wow. And they're like, whoa, I don't know why I feel so happy all of a sudden.
You got me. I never thought of that. Yeah, well, I usually have the air conditioning on anyway. So, all right. Well,
get
Chrissy.
Started?
Yeah. There's no Loretta, so you read the letter.
Loretta doesn't exist.
Yeah, okay. I will prove that Loretta's here. I promise. But not today.
This is going to be like an America's Most Top Wanted. We've been joking about Loretta. One of you guys did something to Loretta, and we've just been laughing about it for months. And then it's going to turn out they even had a podcast. They're teasing about what happened to Loretta. Yeah. She was in a carpet in Chrissy's garage.
All right, here we go. Here's the first vent. Okay. My boyfriend told me that when we first started dating, he had a foot fetish. I laughed, shrugged it off, and forgot about it. We started to get intimate, so where do you think he starts his foreplay? Yep, the feet. Well, I'm extremely ticklish and very self-conscious about my feet smelling badly, so you can imagine I was very uncomfortable. I don't want this to be a deal breaker, but I think I have no choice. What do you venters think?
Get rid of them. Gross.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know what? It's actually, I don't get it. I don't get it at all. You mean no turn on here. Yeah, but it's incredibly common. I think I remember reading somewhere one time that there's like 47% of people are into this feet thing.
No. You know who told you that?
Oh yeah, no. So some guy
a foot person. A foot person.
Well. Yeah, but whatever. So I don't know. I mean, if somebody Google it, let me know. We'll
have the
research department. Yeah,
47% is crazy.
Hey guys, can you Google that for us? Thanks. Get back to me. All right. So we'll see what the research department says on that. Now, I mean, I like playing footsie, and if footsie turns into feet against your genitalia, well, then we got something going. But just to look at feet, I don't know. That's not for me.
You know what I say?
No.
Thanks again for asking.
Thanks again for
Let
asking.
them have feet.
No,
Let them have
let
feet.
them have feet. I say if she's uncomfortable, tell him, oh, honey, I sprained my ankle today and I've got to wear these very supportive socks in bed. So I don't think this is going where you think it might go. The feet need to be left alone. If that doesn't work, I say, soak your feet in vinegar, and man, that cleans everything off. Every appliance you have in your home, there ain't no way this guy's getting near her feet.
Oh no! Now you've got a whole new fun. Now she can make a tossed salad for you with her feet.
Yeah. What if he's into like salt and vinegar chips?
Oh,
You know what I
there
mean?
you go.
and seriously, you could be like just spicing this foot up for him. This could be like this is like a kink that's up level now. Also, when you said the sock, what if that's like role playing for him? What if a sock is like his French maid's outfit? What if the sock is like foot lingerie?
Wow.
I don't know. I'd be very afraid to encourage this. I will offer you this. Now, this is a pre-canned thought because I did it in stand-up, but I will say the thing that weirds me out about foot people, and I think the reason why more people the people who are into it don't talk about it, here's the reason. Because if enough people are into one thing, then you have to have a word for those people, right?
Uh-huh.
So what would be the word for people who love feet? Well, let's see. The Latin root for foot is ped.
I know where you're going with
love
this.
Something is a file.
No.
So people who love feet are pedophiles.
Oh no!
They are. Yes.
I don't know about
That's crazy.
Technically speaking, that would be the actual Latin word for someone who. So yeah, I think that's why these people tend to lay low, if you will.
All right. The research department was just telling me, no, that is a fact. It's actually 45%, right? Right, Bob? Is that what okay.
45. 45.
Mary found the same thing. She found an article 43%.
9 out of 20, not 10.
Yeah, so that's crazy.
Wow.
Well, so this foot thing, I mean, I guess we nailed it, huh?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
hold on. I want to mention one
Paul.
other
Hey,
thing.
Paul, you missed it, Paul.
I
Hold on.
heard you.
Oh, Chris got it. Chris got it. I'm
You know what,
disappointed
Chuck?
in you, Paul.
You polished that joke.
Yes, I polished that joke, and I thought we nailed it, Paul.
Oh, did I miss something?
Yes, it's a foot joke. We nailed it. Come on, Paul.
Oh,
you're not very good
my
at sit-down comedy. It's only stand-up
You know
comedy.
what? I only had a toe in the water. I apologize.
there you
I
go.
wasn't even ankle deep
right.
to catch that. I'm sorry. I don't mean to step on a joke.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
I think it's time to
nice,
move on.
Paul.
Let's move
I
on, please,
love
John.
Hey, I
We're
tried to
going
kick it
crazy.
into gear.
We're going crazy. I'm moving on to the next vent.
All right.
Don't make
Pay
me a
attention,
heel.
people. Yeah. Okay, here we go. My girlfriend of about 6 months decided to invite my parents to our apartment to cook for them, to impress them, that kind of thing. So the day arrives and I greet my parents at her place with some wine and cheese. What could go wrong, right? Well, I'm sitting across from my dad. So when he takes his first bite of the food, I thought he was going to gag. He coughed a few times. I could see he spit the food in his napkin. He hated the meal. I have to confess, it was terrible. It was chicken cacciatore, so I don't think it was very complicated. Anyway, they left, and I lied to my girlfriend and said that they loved it. But my dad said he'll never go back to eat there again. I asked her how often she cooks, and she said only twice. I'm thinking, why would you experiment with my parents? Honestly, I think the chicken was bad, but WTF? Not a good way to start with the parents. You women out there, learn to cook before you invite the parents over. Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So, Chrissy, you go first because you seem like you got a clear opinion on that. What do you think?
She only cooked twice ever in her life? Because you said, how often do you cook? And you said twice, but so she's only cooked twice.
Right. So she's obviously not a good cook.
Right.
You know what
had
I
a hard
say?
groan, Chrissy. Who were you groaning at?
I'm thinking she wants to break up with this guy. So
Wow.
So what better
Well, they've
way?
been together 6 months. Okay, all right, that's time.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know
and
what?
6 month itch.
What's,
You know,
I
I
mean,
gotta say, I was going the other way. I was giving an A for effort. I think that this girl, you know what? Because if you've only cooked twice, you didn't realize how hard it is. And the
Yeah.
first time you did it, no one told you it was terrible. So you thought you were fine. So this girl was like, hey, I'm 6 months in. Girls keep a lot of track of milestones, I think, on
Yes.
calendars. And she was like, you know what? I want to take things to the next level. I want to be a great girlfriend. Wait, hold on.
Well, I was going
and I
there.
just kind of
Yeah.
assumed they lived together. Maybe they didn't live together, but nonetheless, I give her A for effort. I think he's got to let her know, hey, I think maybe some YouTube lessons or something. You know, it wasn't do it politely, but let her know. Yeah, it was a little funky, hon. It was great of you to try. I think it was a little funky. Maybe we work together and we do it again in a couple of weeks. Maybe we have them back and we work together on a meal in a couple of weeks.
I'm sure, I feel like she probably meant well, and maybe the parents are being too critical. And, she could have picked something a little easy, to cook. I mean, you've got oil, anchovies, wine, olives, tomato paste, you got tomatoes, you got chicken broth. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on there. Chicken cacciatore and chicken cacciatore is a very, earthy, hearty kind of a meal, a gamey tasting. It could be a disaster if it's not done right. And on a side note, it's usually better the next day. I mean, the flavors get to meld together in there, but then again, you'd feel like you're giving the parents, leftovers. So I don't know. I mean, she just picked the wrong dish. Some angel hair pasta and a salad would have been fine.
Yeah, I think what you could also do is if he tells her the truth, because he apparently lied to her that they loved it. But I think he needs to fess up and go, by the way, my dad did get a little indigestion after a few days. So maybe let's do another dinner. Either we order in or we practice it first and not experiment. So to give the parents another chance, to give her another chance.
Well, if Dad'll come back, but if you're inviting the parents over, you better know what you're doing, unless you have no idea what you're doing.
Exactly.
But Dad says he's not coming back. I mean, I hope that he was like tongue in cheek when he said that, but I mean, honestly, Chuck, I didn't know that you knew so much about cooking. You knew the ingredients to chicken cacciatore off the top. I didn't even know. It almost sounded Asian to me. Cacciatore. I'm picturing Southeast Asia. I didn't even know where that was.
Really?
I think it's a hard word to say, let alone make.
It is.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have.
And it's not easy.
He could ease her in.
I used to do a lot of hunting. It's not easy to catch a Tory.
Okay, now
just
we
like
need
that,
a
we got canceled.
Oh,
just
look at that. Here we go.
The show ended.
All right.
That's it. Kicked off the internet.
Hey, it's Chucky the Clown. All right.
The FCC steps in for the first time on YouTube.
And
Chucky Cacciatore.
No more.
That's my cue.
You mean Chucky the Clown?
Did you mean catch a toe?
Catch a toe.
Oh, back to the foot.
Oh, wow.
Did I nail it?
Gentlemen.
Did I nail it? I'm recycling
You
your
nailed
joke.
it.
Okay,
Nobody's
we're
going to
moving
make you look like a heel. I know. You arched right over that.
Okay.
I got it.
Oh, God. Okay.
Jeez.
Here we go. Next
You're on the
Benjamin.
ball.
I'm reeling you
the
in.
ball.
Reeling you in.
I almost did that before.
Here we go.
All right,
next
let's knuckle
vent.
down. Let's knuckle down.
Okay, next vent. Here we go. You won't believe this vent,
is
but it
awesome.
happened.
There was a quiet moment there. It was very uncomfortable. Did you feel it? I felt it. Okay, go.
I almost felt indigestion.
You're going to get
I felt
indigestion
her
after you
dish.
hear this.
I felt her dish.
Okay. You won't believe this vent, but it happened to me. I'm walking out of a nursery where I get plants, and I let my dog
Your
run
what?
to the
You
car.
let your dunk?
My donkey?
My dog
Brought your donkey to a nursery?
run to the car, so I let go of the leash. There was only one other car in the parking lot, so my dumb dog jumps into this lady's trunk and decides to sit there and take in the view. The lady walks back to her car, sees my dog, and screams. My dog pees in her trunk because he got scared or maybe excited. I apologize, grab my dog to leave, but she stops me and says, I must pay for a new carpet in the trunk. I offered to wash it and pay for that, but she insisted I give her all my information so that she can bill me. Can you believe this? Wait, there's more. I wish my dog had done something more than pee, if you catch my drift. Signed, Dog Pees in Trunk.
This is like now
This
we
is
never
tough.
established we never established a dumb situation award thing, right?
Yeah.
So we don't. This could be a
Yeah.
nominee here.
Yeah, definitely.
I
Yeah,
agree.
Yeah,
this is dumb.
nuts. This is another reason. I mean, I don't want to get on a soapbox, but this is another reason why your dog is supposed to be on a leash. It's the law.
Yeah.
And people
I
let their
agree.
dogs run around just loose. This is your responsibility, just like with kids. And this woman asked for it. She asked for a problem.
Whose dog? All right, I get dogs run if they're off the leash. They might jump up on someone's lap. Whose dog jumps in someone's trunk?
I know.
That's a very unusual. Does the dog
is.
maybe the dog jumps in her trunk? Maybe it's like a hatchback, like a like a station wagon
Like an
or something.
SUV.
Yeah, maybe her cat. Maybe
it's
her
gotta be
cat
that.
previously pissed in the trunk, and the dog was checking it out. This
Maybe
could be
she
a
had
problem.
dog piss bait. She was asking for it. She might do this on the regular to get money. This might be how
just
she
to get
fleeces
money.
people.
I mean, I think having the carpet of the shampoo, the carpet of the trunk shampooed was
Plenty.
perfectly legit and
Plenty.
enough compensation.
Plenty.
I think she was
Okay.
being a jerk. You don't have to replace the carpeting.
No,
Chris-
come on.
Right.
I don't even
And
know.
No,
how
I
you-
agree. That's ridiculous.
And my response would be the
ridiculous.
same if your kids jumped in the trunk and pissed also.
Okay, great. Thanks, Chuck.
I
So
would Rumpelstiltskin close the trunk and keep the kid and say,
You
you know
know-
what? This one's mine. You obviously have too many. You can't wrangle them. I'm going to sell this one on the market. Is that wrong? I don't know. Maybe I
Here's
went
my-
Grimm's fairy tale on that.
Here's
Do we
my
know
con-
what's wrong? We don't know what's right.
we know
don't anything.
nothing. We've always known nothing.
We're not licensed or registered or
Yeah.
Yeah,
certified
we
to
take
do
no
anything here.
responsibility for anything you
Exactly.
say at any time.
Yeah,
We
you want
just
to
turn on
us
the
off.
mic. Yeah,
Yeah.
we just turn on the mic and go like
Yeah.
hell.
Or if you want to turn it off now, it's a good time.
Months ago would have been a good
But
time.
but here's my conspiracy theory. Okay?
All right.
I think I'm a
do you got?
Thanks for
conspiracy
asking.
theorist. Yeah.
I like
Thank
it.
you. Maybe he trains his dog to do this if there's a pretty girl around and he has an opportunity to meet them. So if he sees a pretty girl, maybe there's a signal he gives his dog. It's like, that's the one. Go do something, like either pee in the trunk or do something. And that way it's an icebreaker and he meets the girl. I think
Ah.
it's genius.
Chrissy, I don't know, Chrissy. I mean, I think every girl already knows guys assume they're getting laid if their dog pees on your property. Everybody, it's how is that hot? How
It's
is
in the
that hot?
handbook. It's actually in
I
the
could see
handbook.
if the dog ran up with like a rose in his mouth, then it's like, wow, now that's some skill. But if
Yes.
your dog runs up and defouls her property, like I don't think that's exactly the same as like a candlelit dinner. I like where you're going. The conspiracy theory. What if he did it to people he didn't like? What if she didn't realize that they're neighbors and he doesn't like that she always parks weird in her parking spot or like, does something that annoys him. So he's like, oh, now's my chance. I'm going to go get my dog to pee in her trunk. And then, I don't know. I'm always down for a good conspiracy, but I don't think that one's going to get anyone laid.
Yeah. No. This is just.
It's
this
always
is
about the sex, isn't it? It's always about the sex.
But
I'm
you were
okay
saying for pretty girls, but I mean, does he just want to be friends with them?
No, he wants to meet a girl. He's trained his dog to do something to meet that girl.
Yeah.
And there you go. I think
A
it's
little
genius.
icebreaker.
Yeah.
Life is
Sorry,
about
my-
sex, and there wouldn't be life without sex.
Chucky baby.
Huh?
There he is.
There's a
little
quote
Chucky
right
said
there.
that one.
Without
Yep.
sex, there wouldn't be life. Life is about sex.
Wow.
Chrissy's thinking about it.
Wow.
She's not sure. She's
I'm
investigating.
speechless.
She's
I'm
speechless.
speechless.
I just can't tell you how many times I've been out, on a couple's double date, and we say, hey, so you guys been married 7-8 years. How'd you guys meet? Well, Jeff pulled the old get his dog to piss in my trunk trick.
I was
Sure
drinking
enough, it
coffee
worked.
there.
Sure enough, it worked. A couple other guys went too far. Their dogs pooped in my trunk. That's a turnoff, but a nice piss. I mean, who says good to that? Who says
Yeah.
no to that?
Who could say
Absolutely.
no?
I invited him over for chicken cacciatore the next night. Let me tell you.
That's funny.
Canine and wine.
Oh, he
Hey,
can rub
that's
my
pretty
feet
good,
any
Chuck.
day. A9 and
Wow.
9. Wow.
Yeah, there
That's
it's a party.
genius. All right,
do
is it
like
time
it.
for is it time for commentary?
Oh, we have comments from
Oh.
our viewers,
Thicken our
our
skin.
listeners.
They can be rough.
Yeah. Thicken the skin. Put your coat on.
Get ready for the whiplash. Here we
There
go.
we go.
Should I start, Chuck?
Oh yeah. Well, hold on. Not yet. Okay, now.
Okay. Let me read this.
All right.
This is a really cool podcast. I think Chris is pretty. Is she single? No, I'm
Wow.
not, but thank you very much.
There we go.
Damn.
There we go.
Chucky, you wrote in this week.
She's not.
I like it.
Yeah. No, I wrote in.
Even better. Even
Yeah.
better.
All right, here's
Hey,
comment
you know what?
number.
Just piss in a girl's trunk. You don't have to go this far. You know what I mean? You know?
You got the girl. All right. So comment number 2.
That was very sweet. That was very nice.
Yes. How can I be on your podcast? I have a lot to vent about. It feels great to bitch like Chuck says. Really like the podcast, especially Chris and Paul. Chuck seems like the older, wiser one with a wacky sense of humor. That's true.
There it is.
Wow.
Chuck,
I mean, they nailed it except for the
They-
wise. And the
Yes.
humor, I think, yes, a little bit.
yeah, he's
A
definitely
little bit
wacky
of humor and some wacky.
Older
Yeah.
guy.
Older.
and wiser. Yeah.
That was easy, huh?
That was good. So Chuck, you're
Gee.
like the like village wise man.
Yes.
That's
Yes. The wacky wise man with no wisdom.
that's a fun compliment. That's a fun. Chuck's dishing the wisdom.
Look at
All right,
that.
we have one more.
Who would have known?
All right. I don't like the quality of the podcast. Is this done professionally?
Awesome.
Well,
Awesome.
yeah. I mean, everybody's got a view. Everybody's got a comment to make, and yes,
We're
Done
professional.
Here we are.
We
We're
have a sound engineer, and we all walked away from our 7-figure contracts with NBC and Fox, USA,
Yeah.
whatever the hell, Yeah, we all did. We all said goodbye to huge careers so that we could do this because we wanted a professional pod. Who the hell writes stuff like that? Is it
don't
You know what?
know.
Give us a better vent. Give us a better vent. You want to come at us and ask if this is professional? Obviously, you don't know what professional is. We have blurred backgrounds. We're on Zoom. But you know what?
I got a mic flag. Look at that. I got a mic flag.
This is about content. This is what it is. This is pure, unadulterated honesty. That's what we deliver.
Right.
That's what we bring. And you can rely on it every week. Is it going to be top notch, big studio production? Absolutely not. And if that's what you're here for, you need to write into someone else's pod.
Wow.
Get lost. This is Ventthis, baby.
Wow.
Whoa.
Somebody get Paul a cool glass of iced tea.
That's it. My water's
He's
almost
hot.
gone.
He's hot.
That's it.
Man,
Wow.
well,
Come at us like that.
let's tie it all together here. And,
Yes.
and should we wrap this puppy up?
Yes.
All right.
Let's
Please.
pee on it. Pee on it and throw it in the trunk.
Another fun-filled episode of Ventthis here, and so everyone out there in podcast land, tell your friends about us. Check out the website, ventthis.org. Everything you need to know is right there. We're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, we're coming soon to TikTok. Not soon enough, but we're coming soon. And you can leave us a vent right there on ventthis.org. The instructions are all on the website. You can also leave us a voicemail vent, which the number to dial is 818-570-2535. Anybody need that number again? Anybody?
Yes.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't hear it.
It was 818. It is 818-570-2535. Leave a voicemail vent, and we'll play it on an upcoming episode. So
Great.
and
Okay.
we'll see you on the next episode. Bye-bye.
Toodles.